Now on KGW News, a group of teenagers accused of attacking a man in the street.
I just want to know what's wrong with these kids.
Plus, the proposed after-school activity causing controversy.
Gives kids like that something to strive for.
They're preying on students who have no other choice.
Then later, honoring the history of jazz in the Rose City.
This live music is the thing that keeps our communities and stuff like with a heartbeat to it.
The event that united legends with young musicians in a part of Portland where jazz once ruled. And we begin in Clark County after a series of drive-by shootings disturbed neighbors and damaged property, including churches. Thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Tim Gordon in for David. Tonight, a suspect is in jail. Alma McCarty has a look at how deputies chased him down.
Around 1:30 Tuesday morning,
somebody came and shot the building.
Adventist Community Church in Clark County became the first of several crime scenes.
What we realize is that this world has a lot of chaos in it.
Lead pastor Roger Walter explains bullets pierced the windows and doors.
Yeah, it's powerful enough to do the damage they wanted to do.
And deputies discovered numerous 9mm casings scattered across the parking lot.
We believe that Jesus is going to see us through whatever crisis, and we're just thankful it was at night.
3 miles away, and less than 30 minutes after that shooting,
I thought probably it's firecrackers or something, but it wasn't.
A similar scene at Kesed Columbia Church. Ray Belial says the sounds woke him from his sleep.
I says, what is going on? So, I got up, turned on the lights, and just walked outside, and then when I turned around, I went pop, 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 pop again.
Investigators collecting evidence at both scenes heard more shots and zeroed in on this Toyota Highlander, spotted speeding and driving recklessly on nearby streets. From there, deputies connected the SUV to a suspect and the suspect to a particular type of gun. One they say they found a few hours later on the driver's seat floorboard of the suspect's car after the sheriff's office used spike strips to stop it on I-5. Deputies also found multiple loose 9mm rounds in the front seats and say the suspect was also wearing body armor under a jacket with several magazines on it. The chaos of the early morning hours ending in an arrest of 23-year-old Alexei Sudarin.
It's upsetting and shocking, and yet at the same time, we're glad that the guy's gotten caught.
The suspect faces several charges for the drive-by shootings and for reckless driving and was booked into the jail this morning. On Wednesday, he'll make his first appearance in front of a judge in Clark County. Tim?
A lot of damage there. Thanks a lot, Alma. Well, in developing news, Gresham police are looking for a group of teenagers caught on camera harassing this man and ultimately knocking him unconscious over the weekend. It happened around 5:30 Sunday afternoon off Northeast 2nd and Roberts Avenue, right outside a Discounts Plus and a bar. Surveillance video shows what appears to be a teenager hitting a man in the back of the head with a skateboard. Police say the victim is 58-year-old Terry Poulter. He was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. It's unclear what led up to the attack. We talked to some business owners in the area who say the situation is deeply troubling.
It made my stomach sick. Somebody that could actually hit a human being over the head with a skateboard.
Well, I think that's horrible what's going on. And I think people need to be held accountable for their actions.
Well, police tell us they notified the school district of their investigation since many of those involved may be students, but they have not been identified yet. Well, to get you caught up on tonight's other headlines, Milwaukee police are investigating after a pedestrian was hit and killed by a car. It happened this afternoon on McLaughlin Boulevard near 22nd Avenue. Officers found the man lying in the road and say he died shortly after they got there. The driver is cooperating with investigators. No word yet if they'll face charges. Well, a body has been recovered from the Willamette River. The Multnomah County Sheriff's Office says around 7:30 tonight, a bystander found the body near the East Bank Esplanade, just south of the Burnside Bridge. No word on the person's identity or how they died. A medical examiner will determine that. And a North Idaho teen is facing federal terrorism charges. He's accused of plotting to carry out an attack on local churches in the name of the Islamic terror group ISIS. 18-year-old Alexander Mercurio of Coeur d'Alene was arrested Saturday after a 2-year FBI investigation. According to court documents, the teen spoke with confidential informants several times about plans to attack churches near his home this past Sunday. Prosecutors say he also pledged allegiance to ISIS and planned to send the group money. If he is convicted, he faces up to 20 years in prison. Well, Portland Public Schools is considering adding a new activity for students that's created some intense backlash. It's a junior ROTC program. Thomas Schultz spoke with those for and against the idea.
After a Portland Public School proposal emerged to add JROTC programs, some pushed back.
If kids want to sign up for the military, they can go down to the recruiting station and talk to a recruiter,
John Gresham was a conscientious objector to the Vietnam War. He says instead of adding JROTC programs, Portland Public should prioritize vocational studies. Others disagree.
It gives kids like that something to strive for.
James Heeb is a state representative representing parts of Clackamas County. He also served in the Marine Corps and says JROTC gives students direction.
It would have made things a lot easier for me. It would have filled up a lot of my time in the afternoons and kept me out of a little bit of mischief.
And a Portland Public spokesperson says schools would have the choice to add or forego JROTC programs, though the proposal comes at a time when PPS is shedding staff as part of $30 million in budget cuts. And in a letter to board members, district officials say it's unknown how Portland Public would pay for JROTC, though they're just beginning to examine how JROTC curriculum aligns with career and technical education programs. And as PPS mulls adding JROTC in schools, debates swirl outside of class.
They're preying on students who have no other choice and who see their way out of systematic inequality as the military.
I think it's a great honor to serve my country.
Thomas Schultz, KGW News.
Students at Oregon State University will be paying more to go to school next year. The Board of Trustees just approved tuition hikes. Returning undergrads will see a roughly 5% increase, with other students also seeing increases. Student fees for on-campus health, counseling, psychological services, and recreational facilities are also going up. The school will try to offset some of the costs by increasing the amount of university-funded student financial aid from $10 million to more than $125 million. Well, this is KGW News at 11, and still ahead, finding soul in the Rose City, the community effort behind the Jazz Night event. Plus, the Portland store that sold the winning lottery ticket gets a bonus. How the company's CEO plans to distribute that money.
And sunshine and a clear sky will be distributed all across Oregon tomorrow. We had clouds today, showers this morning, but you see those clouds diminishing as the day went on. It will be a frosty night and morning for some areas. I'll let you know how warm it's going to get, too.